Hi guys, we'll continue use the return of stocks as the example for this lab exercise. Um, in this video, we're going to compute the 20 days moving average using the functions in SU packages. This is the first time we use the functions from external packages, so we need to install it. We use install.packages functions. While it might take some time to install, please note that you only need to install the package the first time you encounter it. Like later on, like you may like after a few days, weeks, or months, like you can install it again to update in case it have it's been modified. But you don't have to install the package every time you use it. But you do need to load it using the library packages. So we see that using library su is attached. I'm not going to touch the environment or the namespace, which is the more advanced. It's not going to be needed for the course, and we'll just keep on moving. Let's say we know I'm going to use the row apply functions. Normally we use row mean, but in this case, our example dataset contains missing values. So if you read the documentations, you will see that for row mean, you will see that it's not the default methods is not going to be able to handle the inputs that contains the missing values. In this case, we are going to use the row apply instead. Again, the first argument is going to accept the series or the data objects, and then with the width is 20 because it's 20 days moving average, right? The function, we can simply give out the name of the function, regardless it's a Boolean function or the function you write. In this case, we just want to get the 20 days moving average, so it's simply mean it's going to work fine. You can provide enormous functions. Either way is good. Like you can provide the function name or the function itself, and then we'll just run this on a single factor, the price of the AAN as an example, and then assign the date. And if you run this, you will see that the moving average of the first two value of the moving average of the and the last two for price of AAN. So if you want to verify, like if it's the case, we can compute the mean. You can see that the mean of the first 20 elements for the price of AAN is exactly the same. So seems like we're doing the right jobs. Now let's extend a bit. We just saw how it can be done on a single factor. Now let's do it on the whole the data frames, except for the date, of course. There's no point to moving average the date. We just create an objects. Seems like it's not a data frame, right? But we can convert it back to data as a data frame, and then we can because we skip the dates when we create the data frames. Now we have to paste it back. The first 19 rows is going to be the first 19 days is not going to be needed because we just compute a 20 days moving average, right? So the first 19 days is not going to have any values, so we can just skip it. And then let's run the function again, the head and tail to see the first part and the last part of the objects, the data objects. It's done correctly, but the problem is it's optional, of course. You might not be satisfied about how it present. Like usually we would like the dates on the most left hand side, right? So we can use subsetting, integer subsetting in this case, to rearrange the order and put it back to the data frames. And as we do this, we can see, oh, it's still something, something goes wrong. We still need to change the order of the column names. So we can like if you use column names, you can use it to get and set the column names. Like in this case, like if you simply type the column names and give the object as input, you will return the or you will return or retrieve the names. But if you assign it, if you assign the values, then it's going to be setting the column names. Okay, so let's do it. And now let's have a look. It looks much better.